All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am your Ice Dragon, RayronVR. And today we probably got one of the biggest announcements that we've gotten so far of this year, right behind the 400 plus commented NMRA relogo and new vision, which we're not going to talk about that probably anytime soon. But with that, let's go ahead and talk about the news that did break today. And let's go to it. This is Microtrains. Atlas Model Railroad Company acquires assets of Microtrains line. November 19, 2025, Microtrains Line Company announced today that it has been acquired by Atlas, which includes all assets of Microtrains Line, the Oregon-based manufacturer renowned for its precision N and Z scale models, trains, and couplers. The transition marks a significant expansion of Atlas's manufacturing and product development capabilities within the U.S. hobby industry. Under the agreement, Atlas will assume ownership of Microtrains, molds, tooling, and associated intellectual property, ensuring connected production of the brand's hallmark products. Production will transition into Atlas's global manufacturing and supply network, ensuring continued availability and consistent quality standards worldwide. Smith, president of Microtrains Line, added, "Our family and team are proud of what Microtrains has meant to the hobbyists everywhere. Atlas' commitment to excellence and long-term investment in the model railroad community makes them the right partner to continue our story." Both companies emphasize that the integration will focus on preserving the authenticity of Microtrains, designed while leveraging Atlas's engineering, logistics, production capabilities to broaden innovation and future product offerings. Smith also wants to thank the industry counterparts, many of whom we have worked so closely with, making this hobby a true enjoyment to be a part of. And a very special thanks to you, the model railroad consumers. Your interest and patronage over our model trains is much appreciated. Microtrains in Oregon will continue to accept and process orders until our finished model train, single car releases, multi-packs, trucks, couplers, tools, and accessories are sold out. This includes our December releases. In closing, we once again extend our sincerest thanks to all and wish everyone great success in your future endeavors. Wow. So I have to admit, I did not see this coming, did not have this on my 2025 bingo list. Man, wow. So about 2 years ago, when I was talking about N scale, when you think about N scale, you usually typically think about two companies. One is Kato, the other obviously is Microtrains for the wide variety of boxcars that they have, and definitely their renowned coupling system when it comes to the freight cars and just the standards when it comes to couplers. And this was always something that N-scale modelers would always talk about, is that if you want good couplers, you go to Microtrains. And so, needless to say, all of the interactions on Facebook was definitely sad that it is going to Atlas. And you know, in the silver lining of things, the owners decided to retire. So I applaud them for having such a great company, being able to build such a great company when it comes to just working with the customers and having the products so well made in the US. That was one of the big things that they were known for, especially when the tariffs were a big issue here in the United States. And so with that being said, I was trying to find some good sources that indicated that this factory has indeed closed down in Portland. Unfortunately, it was more of just insider sources, and there's nothing really concrete yet that the factory has been closed down or what the employees, if they actually got relieved of their duties. But from everything that I have seen, the factory has indeed closed and that the workers are no longer there. So again, that is not official source right now, but from all looks of things, it looks like Atlas is going to manufacture elsewhere, not in the United States. But again, I can't confirm that. I want to give you guys official sources. Unfortunately, all I have to go by is the statement here by Microtrains, and then we'll also take a look at the statement done from Atlas as well. So this was the statement over by Atlas. So Atlas Mono Railroad Company is pleased to announce the acquisition of all the assets of Microtrains Line, a highly respected leader in N and Z scale model trains, couplers, and accessories. November 17th, Microtrains products will continue their Microtrains by Atlas banner while we complete a brief transition period. Current inventory remains available through your usual Microtrains channels. This acquisition preserves the heritage and reputation of Microtrains and strengthening Atlas's commitment to N and Z-scale community for a broader hobby industry. We look forward to continued success together. So again, nothing really concrete in what's going on as far as what's going on in Portland. I think that's where all the eyes are at right now to see if they're going to keep this within the U.S. But my inside sources say that that has not happened, unfortunately. So again, we got to give thanks to the owners that we had Microtrains for, man, well over a couple decades, I believe, for this company, because man, it was around when I was a youngling. So it's great that it lasted this long, but again, all good chapters have to have their ending, and Microtrains is transitioning to their new era under the Atlas banner. Now, is that a good thing? I don't know. I'm an HO modeler, and I can only give you guys the experience from what I've had with Atlas on the HO side of the family. And long story short, for you N-scale modelers, I wish I can give you good news for Atlas, but the reality of it is, based off of criticism and news reporting under fair use in the United States, I do not like Atlas. Atlas is probably one of the lowest, probably one of the worst brands for me personally. If I look at my inventory, it's typically Atherin, growing on scale trains, Broadway Limited is up there, MTH. But when it comes to Atlas stock, I have very little of the way of the inventory. And really, when it comes to just presence in the hobby, Atlas is probably the least interactive when it comes to the community. I know they have their YouTube channel. They try to do a lot of O-scale announcements on the channel. But I think if I were to give my honest opinion of Atlas, they are not in tune with the times. So I don't know, that may be a little harsh, but at the end of the day, they just don't have an online presence. They don't have the interacting presence. I know they go to train shows and they try to do the best they can with that, but N-scalers, I'm gonna say sorry that Atlas took over Microtrains. I'm not impressed with them in an HO scale whatsoever. So the fact that Microtrains was bought by Atlas, it is disappointing, I think. I think it's very disappointing. One less manufacturer to be a competitive market, talking from the business side. That means they can dictate prices. Some people have actually mentioned that there may be a monopoly in Z-scale when it comes to the products. And so that's going to be interesting to see how that's going to develop. I know there's some other products within Z-scale, but not that many. I think Atlas is definitely going to have a big chunk in the Z-scale market. And N-scale, man, they became a huge player by this acquisition. And so this should be a wake-up call, hopefully Ocado to start producing some American freight stuff, but we'll see. It all comes down to what's going to happen in the future. So with that, guys, definitely a big shakeup in the N-scale world. And yeah, let's see what the next chapter brings from Microtrains by Atlas. What a weird name to say. With that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.